Hi, this is Vickie and Mike. We're here to talk about our great experience with Carra and Shae with the Transition Living Real Estate team. Mike and I are both retired, and Mike, pitch in whenever you want.
Okay. You're doing fine.
How did you meet us? Tell us that story.
We were, we've been retired for quite a while, and we knew we wanted to get out of the city, but we really didn't know where we want to go. This past summer, I met Carra at a meeting for volunteers for a senior organization. And Carra was there, and we've always kind of put off contacting realtors because we didn't want to do that until we knew we were ready, but we didn't know what would help make us ready. And I remember when I was talking to Carra, she explained to me that she had a niche in real estate, and that was the transition, what she called the transitional move. And everything she said kind of struck a chord with me. I don't know if she realized at the time, but it was really registering with me. And for her to say, at the end, if you just want to talk, if you just want to meet me at the coffee shop and we can just talk, no pressure, and I can help you talk through this. And so I remembered that, and about 3 or 4 months later, Mike was listening to the radio, and one of the talk show hosts mentioned that, hey, I heard that retirees are moving to the West Slope because the cost of living and housing is lower there. And kind of perked our ears, and we go, oh, really? We didn't know that. And so that's when Mike said, hey, what about this Carra gal that you were telling me about? Should we talk to her? Because we had decided we would go and check it out. And so I called Carra, and we told her what we were doing, and she's the one that suggested, hey, do you want to check out some other locations while you're there? And it's kind of funny when I think back to it, because we're like, well, I don't know. And then we thought about it, so well, yeah, why wouldn't we? And so Carra helped set up the realtors in the various locations, and we met with them. And the one thing we do remember when we were talking to Carra at the time was, now this is just to explore. We're not in a position to buy right now, or sell right now. We really have a lot of purging and everything to do to be ready to put the house on the market. So, maybe 6 months we'd be ready. But we really wanted to check this area out, see what you can get for $1 as far as housing and what we thought of the community. But anyway, we went, and we fell in love with Montrose, and we found a house that was just perfect for us in many ways. And so we came back, and we worked with Carra, and she had told us before we left, if you find your dream home, I can help you get it. And I'm like, I'm not buying right now. I'm not selling right now.
But we were prepared. We were prepared.
So we came back, and Carra and the whole team with Transition Living Real Estate really held our hands through all the different parts. We had a lot of, it was just stressful, and we had a lot, we weren't sure. We had more questions than we had answers. But we went ahead and put a bid on the home, and there was a lot of issues with that to get the buyer, to get the seller in Montrose to be interested in our offer with contingency. But Carra worked with the realtor on the Montrose end, and that's a realtor that Carra lined up for us as well. And worked with her to really sell our offer to this seller in Montrose, and it worked. He accepted it on contingency, and Carra was doing everything she could to speed up, get our house on the market. And that's where the hand-holding really came in, because we're like, oh, how are we going to do this? Helping us with staging, helping us with contacts for when we had the inspection, some of the items that we were wanting to take care of before inspection, and then some of the things that came up after inspection, lining that up and getting us good folks to help us with that.
All the resources from the Transition Living Real Estate team.
Correct, all those resources.
All, Carra lined up the handyman, lined up anyone who could help us. In many instances, those people literally saved this deal because we could not have gone forward without things being done as they had to be done.
Do you have 2 names there I can think of that were really helpful for you?
Well, one was Paul Burke.
Yeah.
He was an excellent handyman. The other one was Curtis Espinosa.
Perfect.
He really saved the day
Yes.
when he actually welded and fabricated our front step railing on site. And this thing could not have happened if he hadn't done that.
Oh, that's so great. We love our resources. They really help. They really help the whole transaction.
And I know another area that you really helped with, Carra, was working with the agent of the buyer of our house. And
that was our group with Shae and Carra. Yeah.
There was
texting at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I know there's so many things that behind the scenes, if you will, you guys were working it and keeping things moving, and there was a lot of doubts about, is this going to actually happen? Is their loan going to be approved, etc. And I really think that the efforts of you and your team is what made that happen, and also made it happen in a timely basis so that we could get our dream home.
And what made it better for me, at least in the last 2 weeks, we had met with Carra at our house, I think for the last time, and she looked at us and she said, "You are going to close." And, it struck me for the first time, well, I guess we are going to close.
Well, you were good sellers because you did all the things that were suggested through staging and through fixing the house and making sure that that image was right. So thank you for being such good listeners. So yes, so from the time we met at an event, a Transition Living Real Estate event for senior volunteers, to closing is less than 4 months.
Correct.
And you thought it might be a year to 5 years, which were, so it does happen sometimes. But how do you feel about your new house? What do you think?
Our new home is wonderful.
It's perfect for us and the community.
That's great.
We're getting more for the dollar in Montrose. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's great. So what do you have to say to people who are thinking about a transition? What would you say to them to help them?
I would say, working with Carra and Shae, listen to their advice and then go with it and work as hard as you can.
That's great.
And then the only thing I would add to that is if you're in the place that we were before this all started, which is we want to do something but we don't know how or when or if, just go ahead and reach out to them and talk to them, and know that you're not going to get high pressure sales talk, and they're not going to be pounding on your door saying, "Hey, can we put that sign in your yard yet?" And that just doesn't happen. You really do feel like you're just getting a team that's helping you, not only with the transactional part of it, but the thought part of it. Okay, what do I need to be thinking of? How can I do this? And is this the right thing for us?
Well, I think Carra and the team are very big about thinking positive. Because when you try to go the other direction, Carra will tell you, don't go there.
yeah, really. It's like, I can't do that.
And what's funny is she and Michelle in Montrose are of the same thought, because just recently Michelle says, "We're not going to go there."
Yes.
I said, "I've heard that before."
Well, we specialize in the SRES, so senior real estate specialists, trying to help people get rid of the anxiety, because everything, it's stressful.
It is very
Death,
stressful.
divorce, moving, top 3 stress, and you get A+ for the move.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.